Hello students, welcome to the digital signal processing. We are discussing the applications of the DSP, that too in the biomedical signal processing. So let's see. This is where we are discussing that the point is ECG signal enhancement with the interference cancellation. So in the last lecture we have seen what is interference. Say for example it is power line interference. This may cause due to the electromagnetic interference by the power line or the electromagnetic field by the machinery which is placed nearby the patient. The signal component holds harmonics with different amplitude and the frequency. The harmonics frequency is integral multiple of the fundamental frequency such as 50 Hz. This is what the frequency for session. For this power line interference is having the same frequency and ECG is also having around the same frequency. That's why it is affecting lot. Similarly, we may have some of the improper grounding of the ECG machine that may also called as a power line interference. Similarly, electrical equipment such as AC, elevator and X-ray unit, then the heavy power line current that is due to the elevators and the X-ray units. This is also causing the interference. So, to have the cancellation of such kind of interference, let's say the ECG input is applied, the ECG input is taken over here as a first block. So out of this ECG input, power line cascade notch filter means wherever we find that this is what one of the frequency where the noise can be obtained, so that frequency will be tuned for this filter so that it will be filtered out. Next is band pass filter for removal of muscle noise and DC shift. So if there is any of the muscle noise, then we can have this clearance with the help of this band pass filter, as well as we can have the clearance of the DC shift also. Now at last we are dealing up with the ZCD along with the adaptive noise canceller. So these two blocks will give us the interference cancellation for the ECG signal. So within ECG, whatever the interference we got will be simply reduced. Now from this it is quite clear that why it is to be cancelled, because there is a problem you can say occurred at the idealized cardiac cycle. It means the cycle which we expect is like this, and if there is amplitude variation or the time duration variation for any of the interval like PP, RR, ST, QT or PQ interval or the QRS complex, then we can have the disturbance to the ECG signal. So for this we can have the other solutions also. So let's discuss these other solutions. So we can go for the solutions like the notch filter, which we have seen in the block diagram itself. So this is what the notch filter. So it will work for the specific frequency. This is where the notch comes in the picture. After that the comb filter or the band pass filter can be used. So this is what the band pass filter. And next is, let's say, the adaptive filtering. So at the adaptive filtering, the different points can be observed over here on this particular slide. So here the signal source is considered. Let's observe that this is what the signal source, this is what the noise source. Let's say the noise is added to the signal over here. After addition it will be summed up over here along with the adaptive filter. So this adaptive filter will do the specific task. Whatever the error at the output, that will be collected as an input to the adaptive filter along with the noise. So these two inputs will be accepted to the adaptive filter, and based on these two inputs the adaptive filter will take the appropriate action and it will provide the input to the summing block. So this is nothing but the summing block. So along with the signal source, this adaptive filter will work. That is in short nothing but called as a adaptive noise canceller. So this block, entire block, is nothing but the adaptive noise canceller. So this is how the system output will be decided. Now along with the same line, If you just concentrate on this waveform on the right side, this is also the result of ECG noise cancelling experiment. Now in this case, let's say this is what the input we are having. Let's say this is what the input waveform. So in this input waveform we can observe that there is a noise over here as well as the noise over here, which is not giving the correct or the appropriate PQRS waveform of the ECG. Now the reference input will be accepted. Let's say this is what the reference input, which we have seen over here. This is what the reference input, and this is the noise source. So to the noise we added the reference and it will be applied to the adaptive filter. So reference will input along with the primary input will work to have the noise canceller output. Now this is the output where we can see here adaptation begins. So the noise cancellation starts here. So the entire noise which you can just monitor over here, the amplitude is slightly decreased as compared to this. So here it is more decreased fashion. So adaptation is beginning over here, but at this second part we can just observe over here, this second part is quite smoother, so as compared to the first part. This is how we can say that how the adaptive filtering of power hum will take an active role to decide the appropriate ECG for the analysis with respect to the noise, how it cancels it, that is been provided by this particular slide. So with this we will stop discussion regarding this. So thank you everyone, thank you very much.